We'll be doing a quick review on linear law, on the application of linear law. Let's take a look at the question. So in an experiment, values of y are found for several values of x, and then the values are tabulated as shown here. It is known that x and y are related by an equation of this form, where a and b are constants. So the question says, plot xy against x squared for the given values and draw a straight line graph on the grid provided. So first, if you look at this equation, you realize it's not a straight line graph because it's not in the form of y equals mx plus c, where c has to be a constant. So this is not a straight line graph. And if you inspect the values given, as x increases by 0.5, 0.5 each time, you realize at first y drops from 3.6 to 2.7. As x continue increasing, y start increasing again. So you can actually see that when you plot y against x, it does not give a straight line. And if you look at the values, at first y is 3.6, but when x increases, it drops. And x continue increasing, y start increasing again. So this graph probably looks something like this. So what is linear law about? Linear law is actually about changing such non-linear graphs into straight line graph. And for this question, they have already told you, when you plot xy against x squared, you will get a straight line graph. So the very first thing you do, you'll be to plot the table. Okay, xy against x squared. So you find the value of xy. So the first xy is actually 0.5 times 3.6. X times y will give you 1.8. And x squared is just 0.5 squared. So you convert from this table into this table so that you can plot xy against x squared. Then with this table, you can draw out this curve. Draw out this straight line. Okay, plot out all these points, xy against x squared. You realize you get a nice, almost a nice straight line graph. You'll be slightly off a bit, but you can see that it should be a straight line, especially when they have already told you that it is a straight line. This is how you plot xy against x squared. Okay, next question. They ask you to use your graph to estimate the value of a and b. That means if you use this graph here, you can actually find out what a is and what b is. The trick to doing this is, if you are told to plot xy against x squared, you look at the equation given first. You need to plot xy against x squared to get a straight line. You will notice if you multiply by x throughout, here you'll get xy, and here you'll get your x squared. So if you multiply by x throughout, okay, left hand side times x, right hand side times x, you actually get this. And if you inspect this equation, you realize it's actually big Y equals to m big X plus C. That's why this is a straight line graph if you plot xy against x squared, where big Y is your xy, big X is your x squared. So you actually get y equals to ax plus b. So a is actually your m. Y equals mx plus c. A is your m, and m is your gradient. This b is your c, which is your big y-intercept. So if you look at this graph, you can actually try and find the gradient and then find the big y-intercept. You can find your a and your b. So a is the gradient. Using the graph given, you go and get 2 points, calculate, you will get a gradient. And if you look at your graph, the xy-intercept or the big y-intercept, b will be equals to 1.5. Okay, this is your gradient, this is your big y-intercept. or what you can say your xy intercept.